Lowe's comfort, but as far as the condition of our streets, I take comfort, I think, just because I get a lot of blame for the streets being in such shape.
Naturally.
But I was out of town this past weekend. My grandson plays junior hockey. We were in Wisconsin, in Sparta, Wisconsin.
Wow.
Great little town. Had a great little ice rink. Had a great hockey tournament. But their streets are just as miserable as ours are.
I'll bet you.
It's just that freeze-thaw cycle. Moisture gets in the cracks, they freeze, then we have those what's
Same
called frost boils, and it boils up. Some of those will go down when when things thaw, and others will grind off, and we'll be very aggressive with a pothole filling program as soon as we can.
But what is it about the potholes that you get the material in there and you could come back in the afternoon and it's gone?
Well, part of it is they have to be filled right. You know, if they don't dry them first and blow them out and dry them and get the debris out of them. So I hope we do that right, but maybe we don't always, I don't know.
Well,
but,
you know you're going to have people hollering and screaming at you on their block.
Yeah.
Or what
And there's...
never mind the next block, just come over here to buy it.
Yeah. But I tell you what, that's a good segue, Lou, because one of the things I wanted to talk about today was weather related, but it's about frozen water lines.
Oh, yes.
And hopefully you haven't experienced it.
No, but I've been hearing about people who lost their lights and water.
I don't know anything about lights, but water, we are having just an epidemic, and it's not just us. If you've been watching the news, you know, the Waverly was the most recent one, but what's happened, and I'll give you a little physical description.
Please do.
Is the water line runs off of the water main that the city owns, and there's a service line that runs from the water main to your house, which is your responsibility. It's like, you know, if the tree's roots grow in it and you have to get it repaired and stuff, that's your responsibility. Right. Same thing with ice. And what has happened this year is our frost line, now this didn't mean anything to me, but we just had a meeting with the waterworks guy yesterday, Dennis Clark. He says our frost line is down below 5 feet in the ground. He said it's unheard of it for it to go 4 feet, and it's now down below 5 feet. Which with all of our cold weather, which means that the ground is frozen 5 feet
that
deep.
far down.
And
do we even have the tools necessary to work with that?
We, as in the city, do not. We do not. Some of our carpet cleaning services are thawing frozen pipes, and they go down in the basement and they pump hot water down into your way, and it's a long and arduous process, and it's expensive. They charge a $250 fee just to come to your house. If it goes over an hour, it's $100 an hour.
So there you are without water, and you know how many things you need to have water for in your home.
Well, everything.
Yeah, everything.
And we have we experience in the city frozen water lines, a few a year occasionally. We just do. We have had over 500 complaints of frozen water lines this year. And another thing, you know, being mayor, you find out all kinds of things you never heard before. You know, the more snow, the better, because the snow actually insulates the ground from the cold weather. Yeah. So what's happening is, in neighborhoods, the water main usually runs on one side of the street or the other. And if you happen to be one of those who is, the water main is on the other side of your street and the water line has to run under the street, there's no snow on it, and those are the ones that are freezing out.
Wow.
Now you know. But anyway, the lesson to be learned here is, please, everybody in the city, no matter where you live, should be running a stream in your bathroom or somewhere, or at the very least, check your temperature.
Okay.
You know, get a thermometer. If you don't have one, go to a store and buy one. And if your water temperature, you should take the temperature at the faucet closest to where the water main comes in, where your service line comes in the house. So, you know, go to that, find where your service line comes in, find the closest faucet to that, and check the temperature of that water. Let it run cold for as long, you know, several minutes, and then check the temperature. If it's below 40 degrees, at the time you test that temperature, you need to leave your water line. And you can leave a little stream about the size of a pencil. It'll cost you less than $1 a week. versus several $100s
Mm-hmm.
to repair that. And it's
And of course,
it's an epidemic, and we're
it's
having it all over the place.
Yeah.
I just had this awful, heart-jerking email from this lady this morning, and I think she lived on Reed Street. Said she got up, went to bed last night, took a shower, everything was fine, got up this morning, turned on her water to make coffee, and no water. And she runs a daycare, and she's got kids coming, and she doesn't have any water.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You just never know from
No.
one day
Yeah.
to the next for you, but we do know that on top of that, and the story you just related, that we have our elder,
Yeah,
we have our handicapped,
Yep.
we have children
yep,
that are
Yeah.
gonna be devastated
Yeah.
by this whole thing.
yeah,
People on fixed income,
Yeah.
people in their 60s and 70s who may not even have a thermometer, maybe couldn't read it even if they did have
Yeah.
it, probably.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so many other small
Yeah.
things
yeah,
that you need in order, if you don't have water.
yeah,
I can't see
Yeah.
a 70, 80-year-old person trying to
yeah.
get the information
Yeah.
that is needed.
Perry Goodman, I think you probably know Perry,
I
or
know
know of
Perry,
Perry,
yes.
has been working through our neighborhood associations to try to do as much as he can to get the word out. You know, we've done press releases, it's been on the news, it's been in the paper, it's been on television, but, you know, a lot of times people say, oh yeah, well, it won't happen to me. And a lot of people don't get that, no matter how much we try.
Yeah.
But, boy, it's an issue right now. It's just a huge issue.
Now-
And they call the city, of course, wanting the city to fix it.
Yeah.
And we can't. We don't, number one, it's, you know, not that I want to shirk responsibility, but it's really not. That service line from the water main to your house is the property owner's
So
responsibility.
I guess they're getting a lot of calls.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of calls. And number two, we don't have the tools. We don't have anything to unthaw your pipes. We
Well,
don't
is
have
this,
any
is this a
tools.
first of this nature that we've had? I know people have
This
had
bad.
water, this bad.
This
This is
bad.
the worst
This is
we've
the worst
ever
we've
had
ever
it.
had.
Because I was
Ever,
gonna say, I don't
ever had.
remember it ever being this bad.
Yeah, ever had. It's the first we've ever
Isn't
had.
that something?
Yeah. It's,
And that's what's happening, it seems like all over the world, not just the United States, not just Waterloo, everybody's getting their share.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and naturally, you're gonna reach out to the city.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we pay taxes
Yeah.
and we pay the water bill and we
Yeah.
do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And here I am.
Yeah, you turn the faucet on and no water
Nothing,
comes out.
nothing.
Yeah. So you call the main.
Yeah, so you can't go, I mean, you can't, can you go to work without a bath? I guess you could.
Yeah.
But probably don't want too many people showing up.
Yeah, well,
But, you know, your kids have got to be washed up to go to school. I mean, there's just
yeah,
a trillion things that
Yeah.
you do automatically.
yeah,
This will
Yeah.
wake us up to the extent that
yeah.
we take too much for granted.
Yeah. Well, please, if you're listening out there, and if you hear me, you are listening. If you're not listening, don't pay any attention to me.
Come on.
Sorry.
Well, anyway,
But anyway,
we got some
please,
laughter out of that one.
Please, at the very least, take the temperature. If you're not, if you just want to be safe, turn your water on for less
turn
than
the water
less
on.
than $1 a week.
Yeah.
Find that faucet.
Keep that
Turn
faucet
it on,
running.
little, like a pencil-sized stream.
Mhm.
Keep it on until we're up in the 40s or something, and what we have to wait is for the temperature to get above freezing 24 hours a day.
Mhm.
And then it won't take very long for that frost to go out. But,
Yeah.
but just imagine the ground is frozen 5 feet deep.
Can you imagine
It's
that?
unbelievable.
It is
So,
unbelievable.
anyway, there you go. There's my good news of the day.
Well, there's the news.
Yeah.
We let you decide whether it's good or bad. But anyway, it takes, how many people would be doing this work for the city? How large a force is that?
What work?
The water company?
Well,
Is it the water company that will come to your house?
It is, but I mean, again, it's, another thing people don't understand
Not
is,
another thing.
well, no, but the waterworks, the Waterloo Waterworks is not a city department, Lou.
It's not?
No, that's a private entity that provides all the water. The Waterloo Waterworks is run by a board.
I didn't know that.
That is not connected to the city. That is a private, for-profit enterprise. They are not a city department. Now, we work closely, of course, but the Waterloo Waterworks is not a city department. So.
Do you think most people know
The
that?
heavens no.
I didn't know
No,
that. I mean, I
no.
just can't fathom that.
No, it's not.
All these years I've been
Yeah.
paying somebody and it was a
It's-
private entity.
Yeah, it's not us. It's not us.
So
It's
people
not
don't
the city.
don't call the mayor.
Well, no, you can still call me.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's
You
fine.
can still call the
You
mayor.
can still call the mayor, but the Waterloo Waterworks, the fellow's name that runs that is Dennis, last name was Clark, no relation.
Dennis Clark.
No relation whatsoever. Dennis is just a great guy, and he runs the Waterloo Waterworks. But again, they don't have the wherewithal.
I was gonna
to-
say, do they have the
No,
tools
no,
that they need?
don't.
No, because you wouldn't be expecting
No.
a 5 foot
Yeah.
something.
What happens is, these people that have the ability to superheat steam and water, which like carpet cleaners, that's how they clean
Mhm.
your carpet. So they'll go down in your basement, and they'll take their tool down there, they'll take your water meter thingy off,
Mhm.
and they'll stick this probe down in your water service line. And what they'll do is they'll just start shooting hot water down there. Now, that all comes back up, so if you've got a finished basement, then you got a problem. But anyway, what they do is they just, from the top, they'll superheat that pipe and that water with this superheated water, and eventually they'll get your line clean.
But
But
now you
that's
need
the
to-
only way to do it.
I'm just, you just almost ruined my day.
I'm sorry. Well, go home and turn your water on.
Oh, but now if I choose to turn the water on, that won't happen because the
No,
water
that's right.
freezes.
What happens
So
is-
turn on the water and
And-
worry about paying the bill later.
Yeah, and well, and it's.
And it's not a lot.
It's $5 a month, if
Okay.
that. It's probably
Okay.
not that much. But what happens is the water in the water main, the main water, the waterworks water main is much warmer than that small amount of water that's in your service line. So when
Mhm.
you keep your water running, it continuously draws warmer water through your pipes.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't freeze.
Mhm.
So the moving water plus it being warmer water coming
Right.
from the water main, your pipes aren't gonna freeze up. And it's
Now,
a
you heard that
small
right here
price
on
to pay.
KBBG, yes,
Small
and what
price to
you
pay.
can do at home.
Yeah.
Don't wait to see if it's gonna freeze or
Yeah.
if you can save a few pennies, because you'll be out a lot
Yeah.
more money than you think.
And these
By
aren't
doing that.
all old homes in old neighborhoods. These
Mhm.
are new homes. I mean, we're having homes all over the city that
You
are
believe
freezing.
that.
Yeah. So there you
I'm
go.
going home and see if my water main is okay.
Well, it's not your water main.
Well, not
it's
the
your
water main.
It's your
the-
service line.
It's the service line.
Yeah, all these
that runs-
technical terms.
Yes,
There you
I
go.
know.
There you
But
go.
I bet you people, there are more people listening today for
I hope so.
everything that they possibly can. So if there's anything that you want to repeat or to give advice, that something that people can actually can put their finger on. If I go and do this, we have.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you go and turn on your water, you won't have to worry about
Yeah.
your pipe
Yeah,
freezing.
yeah.
Now, if you don't make that choice
Yeah.
and that happens, then,
Yeah.
the first thing that's gonna happen is,
Yeah.
guess what? I don't have no water.
Yeah, and then
But
they're
you're
gonna-
saying
then
in
they're
some
gonna
of the
grow.
new homes are
It
are
doesn't,
having
it
this?
doesn't have to be an old home. It can be a recently built home. And by the way, the wait time on that is 3 to 4 weeks,
On what?
to get somebody out to thaw your pipe.
Well, what are you people gonna
I
do?
don't know. They're calling the mayor's office a lot, but
5 to 6 weeks bed without water.
yeah, it's, I mean, it's just a real issue.
It is a real issue. Now, someone will jump to this and they'll be selling deodorant out on the street corner. I mean,
Deodorant
that's it.
on the street corner, what's that got to do with anything?
Well, if you have water, if you
Oh, I see
don't
what
have any
you- oh,
water,
okay, oh, well.
come on, Mayor.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
people have to have
Yeah.
water to get their kids ready to go to school,
Yeah.
to go to work,
Yeah.
all of those things that you normally do, and if you
Yeah.
don't have water, you can't cook. What, well, I guess you
I'm
can cook
assuming
'cause you
folks
got
are gonna go buy bottled water. I mean, that's, because you gotta have.
a
water.
bathtub full?
No, but you can sponge bath. Be creative.
Okay, be creative.
Yeah.
Beverly, do
I
you
get-
know
no.
anything we can be creative with? Come,
I can't read her lips.
no,
Yeah.
but she's telling us
Well,
something.
I'm thinking more about the toilet.
Well, I tell you
Oh,
what, yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
that's true.
Okay.
And you can, you buy the bottled water for the toilet. You
Not
pour
a
it in your-
bottle, it's taking.
No,
gallons.
the big stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, the big stuff.
Yeah,
And,
you-
and then, of course, you have to be able to carry it in, so.
Well, that's not, well, yeah, you do, you're right.
Well,
You're
we're
right.
right.
Yeah, you
Even
do.
this, talk about, look at me, the little old lady. I mean, what are you talking about? Come on.
Okay.
I'm maybe in a little better shape than the next person, but yet and still,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
And I think it's very real
Yeah.
where you have babies who
Mhm.
need formula,
Yep.
where you have older people who may have some encumbrance that they cannot, would not allow them to deal with this situation.
Yep.
And I think if something doesn't happen soon, people are just gonna get so frustrated. What are we gonna do about people?
We need-
And I'm serious.
We need spring.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
We need spring. But anyway, Lou, it is a serious situation, and I was looking forward to come out and telling your listeners today.
And we
about
can't
that.
even say that we got the solution, well, except for
Well,
leaving your water on.
we do have we have a preventive solution.
Yes,
And
and
that's to
that's
leave,
important.
that's to leave your water on.
That's
And again,
right.
you know, find a faucet that's out of the way that you don't think about, that's in your basement or in your back bathroom or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Turn a little, again, size of a pencil, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Because like this lady, she says, I took a shower last night and this morning I don't have
Everything.
water. It's froze overnight. Took a hot shower last night and
Yeah.
no water this morning.
Isn't that something?
And so she's dead in the water,
Yeah.
excuse the pun.
Well, she's
Until-
gonna be until the water.
Until
is
she gets somebody
unthawed,
out there,
yeah.
or until spring
Now,
comes.
the other thing is, again, people on fixed income and
Yeah.
all of that. I understand it was $250 it could cost you for,
Just to
this is
show
a
up.
private company,
Yeah.
just to show
Yeah,
up.
like Stanley Steamer or.
Can you believe that?
Mr. Carpet, or if you look in the yellow pages, there's several different.
Several.
Carpet cleaning,
Mhm.
you don't want people that just lay carpet, you need
Mhm.
carpet cleaners,
Cleaning.
because they've got that superheated stuff that
Right.
they shoot down there, so there you go.
Well,
That's all the good news I've got for you.
I don't know, I'm glad if it's this kind, we can do without it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I got
mean,
bats in
and-
my house, I need help getting bats out
Oh,
of my house.
God, you told me about that, and I had that problem too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I really did, I'm scared to death of bats.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah,
But
anyway,
this
that's-
water situation is
Yeah.
really quite serious.
It is serious.
Yeah.
It's,
Really serious. Is there any, so it has to get how warm?
well, it has to be above freezing.
And what's
and
the weather
stay
forecast?
Above freezing.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's good, I think we're getting there. If it gets just above freezing and stays, but it's gotta stay there, I mean.
And I understand there's more of this stuff tomorrow,
Tomorrow, we're supposed to get
a blizzard or
dripping
something?
mess, yeah, and then it's supposed to get down below zero this coming weekend. Again, I mean, the forecast
I
right now
know,
for
I'm
Sunday
feeling
is
it,
is
yeah.
-1 for Sunday. So, we need some relief, and, again, it's not, this is us, it's affecting us, but it's the whole upper Midwest, it's just getting hammered.
know.
Just getting hammered with this stuff.
And it doesn't look like there's any let up.
Yeah, well, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
And, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like death has no respecter.
Yeah.
Well, neither does this mess we're
Whether-
in.
No.
It doesn't matter whether your house
Yeah.
costs $400,000
Yeah.
or whether you're a renter,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
$150 a month or whatever.
Affects you the same
Well,
way.
it's gonna be, that effect is everybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Turn your water on, people.
Yeah.
Turn your water on.
Turn
Mayor,
'em on.
We'll probably run this again,
Please
just to
do.
let people,
Please do.
to know what is going on and
Please
what
do.
can happen and what can't
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And what they're,
Yeah.
and what they're looking at
Yeah.
in terms of how to cope,
Yep, yeah.
Um,
The coping part is, it's, as you've mentioned, all of those folks, the underserved and
Mhm.
and all kinds of folks, we have all kinds of issues, Lou, and
Yeah.
the only solution that I know of at the present time is to just, go to the grocery store, buy the cheapest bottle of water you can, and pour it in your toilet, and you can flush your toilet, your toilet's not frozen, it's
Mhm.
just the service line to provide the water, you can flush your toilet, you can drink water, you can take a sponge bath, you can wash your hair, and that's.
If you've
that's-
left your water on.
Yeah, yeah, what do you mean?
Well, you can do all these things.
No, if, with bottled water, I'm saying, if you go buy
Yeah.
some bottled water, you can exist, you
Mhm.
can subside with some bottled water until you get somebody out there to help you. And the only people that I'm aware of, and we've looked into this pretty substantially, are those folks that do carpet cleaning that can.
Yeah,
can
I
pick
wouldn't have
you up.
thought of that. Carpet cleaning can
Yeah.
help in this situation.
Yeah, so it is, and yeah, please do rerun it, and if it's, I don't know if you replay this, or just, have Beverly, I mean, she's heard enough of this to know
You just
what
put
the
something
issue
together.
is.
It's
you know,
terrible
to-
bad.
To put something together so that folks are listening and can hear this, because it's non-discriminatory in who it's
Right.
affecting.
Right. And if there's anybody out there, you know, who's interested in actually helping people,
Yeah.
that would be willing to
Haul
maybe
water for
buy
them,
us a
yeah.
supply
Yeah.
of water. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because, yes,
When you do the hot water, or when you do the water running thing,
Yeah.
are you supposed to do it on the hot water or the cold water?
No, you can do it on the cold water. It doesn't make any difference because either is going to bring the same water. The question was, can you turn on your hot water faucet or your cold water faucet? Do your cold water faucet.
Do your cold
Because all you're drawing the water from the water main, and then it's the same water that goes into your water heater, and that's a different story. So just turn your cold water faucet on and let it run
The
pencil
size
pencil
of the
string.
tank.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, there you go. But yeah, that was a great question. Somebody just came in the room and says, do I turn the hot water on?
That's right.
Or the
People would
cold
not-
water on?
very
And you wouldn't
important.
know that.
Mhm.
But, you know, the hot water, then you're wasting all of your energy in the hot water heater and everything.
but most people would think
Yeah,
hot water,
Hot water, and that's not the case.
and that is not the case.
Because the water that's coming out of your faucet hot
Mhm.
is coming into your house cold.
Right,
It's just
that's right.
It's just going through the hot water
Yeah.
heater to warm it up.
Yeah.
So no, you
Okay.
just turn your cold water faucet on,
Okay.
pencil strings.
Do you think the person who has not came to you, Dennis Clark, is getting phone calls left and right?
Oh, my gosh.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, well, we're getting a lot in the mayor's office, but it's nothing compared to what Dennis is getting.
Good
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. So it's a big deal. Yeah, there you
How
go.
many minutes do we have left, Bev?
None?
No. She says, Beverly, I told the mayor that we would play this again at some time. So he would be very grateful
Yeah.
if we would do something for him.
7:30, she says. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Well, with that, is there another question? Do we have?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mayor, it's, you know, sometimes they say you have to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of these
Yeah.
times, because this can affect all of us in
Yeah.
some way or another.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I bet you that if you started calling people, you're gonna find people that you know that are suffering this
I'll
issue.
bet, I'd like for people to call the station
Yeah.
just to tell us
Yeah.
what is going on, and,
Yeah. Yeah,
there will be people who just simply would
Yeah.
have to have someone to
Yeah.
help them.
yeah,
I mean, it was like we were talking about the water.
Yeah.
Can you get up and put the water into the tank?
yeah,
Probably not.
yeah. Okay,
So that kind of thing. And the mayor still has an open door. So if you're having a problem and you think the mayor can help you, give him a chance.
oh heavens, yes, oh, absolutely.
Information.
We are, and I don't know, Bev says we're out of time, so she's doing like this, but we are looking into if our disaster services can help us a little bit on this with
Yeah.
some non-potable water, like
Uh-huh.
to set some tanks, you know, some big water trucks up around.
Somewhere.
Around the city so that people can come fill up.
Exactly.
Their water bottles. And again, that would, I don't know that we can do potable water, which means it's drinking water, but you could use it to bathe in, and you could use it
Mm-hmm. And
to
then you
flush
can
your
buy your
clothes.
water
And then you
to
could buy your
drink.
drinking water.
Yeah.
So we're looking into that to see if that's an availability. We're looking into, but our resources are very, very good.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, you heard it here on KBBG. You've been listening to Mayor Buck Clark, and remember that this is one of the reasons KBBG is so important to this area. And we want you to know that in spite of oncoming blizzard or whatever, as long as your telephone lines work, we'll be here to take those calls. You are very much needed at this point, and we want you to know that your help and your contributions to KBBG is very, very important. More than you know, but we'll be bringing you up to date on everything. So, Mayor, thanks for coming
Thanks,
in
Lou.
spite of.
Yeah, thanks.
And we hope that this all turns out where people can get back to taking those things. You know how we take
Yeah,
things for granted?
Absolutely.
And we should, but we want to say thanks to Mayor Buck Clark for being with us. And call the station if for any reason you think we can be helpful. Let us know. We'll be glad to listen also. Thank you. Lou Porter signing off for the Mayor's.